So I have a few devices that we're going to be looking at today. One of them, the first one that I wanted to show, is called the ClearReader. And it's made by Optelec. Why did I bring the Optelec ClearReader? If you, for those of you who can see, it's sitting here to my right, to your left, to the left side of the table. And I'll give everybody an opportunity towards the end of the session to come up and to kind of put your hands on it. You may not be able to get a chance to really play with it today, but this is just a kind of so you can get a feel of what it's like. This reminds me of an old-fashioned boombox. It has a little handle that flips up. I'm able to carry it around with me, and it works really nicely. And why do I like this one is because it's kind of a self-contained, really nice system. It has nice large buttons for people, you know, that sometimes people don't want to have flat screen, touch screen things, right? Sometimes we want to have buttons, and buttons are really nice. And this one has really nice big buttons that are able to that a person can manipulate and use. And all the buttons are at the top of the device, and there's the take picture button, which is surrounded by the volume control. Then there's another little kind of a switch that and I'll show it when I do a little character recognition in a minute. It controls the rate of the speech, so you can have it read faster, you can have it read slower. Sometimes sometimes people like their technology to read fast. Sometimes people can't understand what that says, and that's when I usually try to slow it down. Then there's a play button, pause, and play button, and then forward and back. And that's kind of all that this device has. You can purchase a separate remote control, which allows you to kind of navigate through the document in a different way and save and do different types of things. And that's one of the reasons I really like this as well, is because you can save with it. You can plug in a USB or an SD card, I believe. Yes, there's an SD card slot here. And you can plug in a little thumb drive and save your documents that you can come and refer to at the end. For those of you who can see, the camera is mounted on this arm that is extended from the device, but when you're not using it, you can fold it down and snap it in place, and it's kind of a very sleek little box that can be stored easily. So I'm just going to open it up, and I thought it would be kind of kitschy to scan a document that was about a different scanning and reading device that we're not showcasing today, but that's what I'm going to be doing. So I just put the paper right under the camera, and I'm going to press the button. I'll tell you in a second.
Sarah scanning and reading appliance at a glance. Simple to use. No technical experience needed. Built-in Braille display support. Scans and reads documents.
So I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to start it again. And as I start it, I'm going to actually make it go faster.
Many sizes. Identify denominations
slower.
less than Canadian paper currency with the buck scan function. Human-like reading voices you can customize for your preferred voice rate and volume. Intuitive help button describes every button's function. Save files to see.
It's a little too fast, right?
CD.
So I'm going to slow it down.
Library. Read books you have saved on CD and also read DAISY format books. Freedom Scientific Sarah scanning and reading appliance is an affordable and easy to.
So right now what I'm doing is I'm actually fast forwarding through the reading, what it's reading to me, so I can press. There's a really, like I said, the buttons are very, very accessible, and they're very easy to figure out, and I'm just going to press play and just fast forward.
Easy to use solution. Reading a lot of print material include mail.
Right. So let's say you're reading a page and you've already read the first couple of paragraphs. You can fast forward, scan forward through the document to see what, to get to the part that you've missed. So as I'm going through today, I'm going to show how these devices do with different types of reading material. So I brought a piece of printed material. I brought a magazine that has kind of a glossy finish to it. Sometimes we've noticed, for those of us who have used OCR technology before, that glossy doesn't always go so well with this type of stuff. So I'm kind of gonna do an overview of how each of these devices work today, and with each of these formats. So hopefully you won't get tired of listening to the same thing over again. But I'll go to different pages. I'm gonna take a picture of this magazine now, and we'll see what happens.
AI animals on the move. Winner of 5 international awards. Explore the fascinating world of animal movement through video, animated graphics, photographs, interactive games, and narration.
Not bad, right? This is a very, very shiny page. Like, I would probably have thought that it would have a lot of trouble with this. And it's doing really nicely. Finally, I'm going to just do a business card if I can find it. Of course, I put it somewhere convenient and now I lost it. That's okay, I have one in my pocket. Ta-da! Let's see. Now, placement is always very important with a device like the ClearReader. So to answer your question from the person who asked me earlier, this device is called the ClearReader, and it's made by Optelec. So I'm going to take a snapshot of my business card, and hopefully it won't butcher my name too badly. So you can hear that it takes a snapshot. It makes a snapshot noise like a camera. There you go. That means it's taking the picture, and these clicks...
Text not found.
Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. That's okay. Well, maybe we'll flip it over and see if it does any better on this side. Uh-oh.
13 Archco LLEGEII. Gus Chalkias. Demo Center. I. Cap 1.1 Ter Center 4. Comma S. CI impaired via P1 Bernard Barak Waybot.
Okay, didn't do so hot. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to reposition it one more time. Right under the camera. And that's the thing with all of these devices, you know. You have to kind of play around with them. They do work, most of them. How would that do with... I think it would really do well. Yeah, yeah. I mean... Uh-huh. I mean, you probably would have to manipulate the paper. I'm not sure what the size of the paper is, because I haven't read large print in a really long time. But I would think that you would have to just manipulate the paper so that it maybe you'd have the top half under the camera, and then once you're finished reading that, you can just flip it over and do the rest. So I think it would do really well, especially because bless you, especially because the large print is probably the scanning and reading technology is probably better suited to picking up the text of large print, you know, because it's clearer. Whereas smaller print sometimes can get a little hairy. OCR is optical character recognition. Yes, ma'am.
Irachko LLEGE. Gus Chalkias. Commodore. Demo Center FPR Center 4. Comma where people 1 Bernard Barak Waybox H0648. New York, New York, 10010, 5585. Tel, 646-312-1422.
Okay, well, it got my
Fax,
number right.
646.
So it didn't get everything, but it did get some of it. So I'm just gonna one more time. I'm gonna move the card slightly down because it seems to be picking up better the lower I put it. So I'm gonna try it one more time. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right.
Did you mention the price?
I did not.
Irachko LLEGE. Gus Chalkias. 9 Org. Matter. Demo Center. Common Outer Center for Solely Impaired People 1 Bernard Barak Waybox H0648.
All right. All right. Good enough. It's a little sometimes it gets a little frustrating, but when you're looking at a business card, the basic information you want is the phone number, right? So, and the name. So it got my name and my phone number right, so I'm really happy about that. It's, like I said, it takes a little manipulation, it takes a little getting used to, and there's a process to this whole thing.